That shit is.
I'm cool.
Yeah. Word.
It's niggas that act tough as hell in real life and they didn't actually been touched on.
Jesus. Damn.
Like people can feel some type of way about getting hit on, but what about y'all that actually hit some dudes? You know what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about? Like, I don't care about what people think online. The only thing I care about is what happens in real life.
The Fleece Johnson.
Oh, that's my guy. Shout out to Fleece.
Shout out to Fleece, but how? Now I'm calm, right? I stay even. You know, I usually don't get knocked off my square. Ton, I ain't gonna hold you. That may have been one of them times when he said something to you like, I think you cute. I would talk to you. What was going through your head when he was saying that shit?
Well, you got to also understand that it's me and him on screen, right?
Yes.
But it's 7 other people that's behind us laughing. Because you see my security, for example. Yeah, I don't go out of town without my security. Mm-hmm. I got Rita, I got his manager, and it's some other people that's hanging around. And they was laughing. They thought that it was the most hilarious thing ever. And so for me, if you see me, I kind of start laughing, but I'm kind of laughing based off of the fact that they making me laugh because they can't stop. And you can kind of hear them in the audio in the background. But then at the same time, it's hilarious, right? Because it's the thing that I want. It's the final moment that I want because this is the thing that I know is going to go viral. Yeah. I know this is going to go viral. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly, I couldn't wait to put it out. I sent it straight to my editors before I even took a flight back to the crib. But it was a conversation that we had because if you ever met Fleece in person, he real humble. Like he's a really humble. He just happy to be out of jail. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so he asked me, he's like, yo, how do you want me to talk in this interview or whatever, so on and so forth. And I said, yo, I want you to just turn up and be authentically you. Mm-hmm. But I think that more importantly, what it did underscore was that most of us, honest to God, most of us, we are not ready to go into prison. I am not interested in ever being a jailbird. And it shows you how green we are from prison politics. It's other people that's on these platforms. They've been to jail. They've been to prison. Absolutely, they understood what was going on. I didn't know nothing because I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never been to prison. That's not something that would make sense to me. By the time I figured it out, I had to figure it out because everybody else behind the camera was laughing. So I was okay with it because it's not something that ever happens in real life, but it illustrates a point. And more importantly, it should be a warning for those of you that have never been to jail or never been to prison before, that that's not a place where you want to go. One of the things that he said to me, he said, Anton, all of these guys that's out here that's feeling some type of way, he said they lying. And he said it on the interview. And I said, what do you mean they lying? He said, bro, they gay for the stay, bro. He said if they've been in there for any amount of time, they are gay for the stay. And when they come back out, they different. They gonna be regular for their wives and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't have no respect for these dudes that have been to prison. I think that the real flex is the fact that I ain't never been arrested and I never plan on going to prison in the first place.
Yeah, 100%. No, I don't think anybody really planned
that. And I made a ton of money from that shit too.
I understand that. I just, so the
we
one
got
thing.
Another interview coming up. I got a second one coming up with him.
With him? Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you feel though in that moment? I'm saying feel, right? I just want to clarify. I'm saying feel on purpose. Mm-hmm. Before they say Hamp, it's feeling, facts over feeling. I understand that.
For sure.
But when I watched it initially, right, I didn't find it that funny that he was like hitting on. Now he has a funny delivery.
You're supposed to have an emotional reaction to it, and that's how you know that it's good content. It's not supposed to be meant for you to feel like, oh man, this is just for play. If you don't have an emotion or an emotional reaction to it, if it's not something that people look at and say, man, that's stupid, or man, that's dumb, or I hate him for that, then it's not good content.
Yeah, it got to evoke a level of emotion, whether it's happy, sad, angry.
I was excited. I was absolutely excited because I knew that it was a moment that was going to help me to go viral, get more of an audience, get a reaction from it, and continue to run the bag up.
So when you heard it, you know,
I was cracking up. I was excited in the inside.
Was there anything in it you like, yo, fam, like, relax with all that? Like, did you have that thought?
No, because I'm confident in my sexuality.
Yeah.
I got a wife. My wife was sitting there right there. My bodyguards were sitting, well, not bodyguards. My security was sitting right there. What do I care?
Yeah. No, it didn't look like he was gonna try. He was just talking. But when I seen, I'm like, damn, that shit is
good. I'm cool.
Yeah. Word.
It's niggas that act tough as hell in real life and they didn't actually been touched on.
Jesus. Damn.
Like, people can feel some type of way about getting hit on, but what about y'all that actually hit some dudes? You know what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about? Like, I don't care about what people think online. The only thing I care about is what happens in real life and running the bag up. That's what I'm here. I'm here for content to run the bag up and then hopefully add some gems in between the entertainment. Put the medicine inside of the candy. All the rest of that shit, I'm gonna let y'all argue for that.
Damn. I think this needed to be heard because I think that people always assume like how you respond to things, right, is because like you okay with it, etc. I think the one thing that they need to take away from this conversation is that you understand that the level of entertainment has to matter. Yeah, that's what I'm gathering.
Listen, if people stop talking about you, I will be more concerned of people not talking about me than are talking about me.
Is all publicity good publicity?
As long as you're not crashing out. If you listen, the one thing, you know who I learned from as a content creator? Bandman Kevo. For whatever reason, this dude stays in the spotlight and the algorithm. Now, I'm never gonna get to the point to where I'm putting people's faces and names and tattoos on my body or nothing like that, or getting a BBL or nothing. But the point is that he not here, and when he cut off the camera, he lived his regular life. But somehow, some way, he keeps people talking about him. And so there are certain content creators that I pay attention to, and I say, man, that's genius. Man, he got people talking. He got me. He made me believe that he was about to get leg extensions. And so I understand what content is. I understand it's almost like acting to an extent, right? Okay. Because people get mad when they see people in movies and they feel some type of way about whatever it is that they do. I've seen a lot of people get mad at this recent movie with Tyler Perry with Tia Mowry's ex-husband or whatever, right? And they actually was mad at him as though he was really doing something in real life.
Yeah,
that means it's great content.
Yeah, you know where we saw that the most? Higher Learning. Do you remember how much people hated?
Hated Remy. Michael Rappaport had to basically rebrand himself after that because people really hated him in real life.
Yeah, it was me. He did a great job, right? Just to clarify, illustrate that point that you made.
100%.
So, let me ask: is the person you play online, is it a character?
No.
How do we?
Because I really feel how I feel.
Okay.
But it doesn't translate into anybody actually doing something to me in real life.
Okay.
But that's why I show the receipts.
Yeah.
That's why I show my bank accounts. But then you can't win for losing, because if I show my bank accounts and show my spending habits, or I show my brokerage account, or I show my deposits like I do inside of the Patreon, or I show what it is that I make on my regular YouTube job, right? And all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I live my life like an open book because it is a form of entertainment, but at the same time, it's an example of how it is that we're supposed to go about doing things. So you know who my wife is. You know that I got a daughter. You know all of these different things, but it makes me accountable also because let's say, for example, I was a fuck boy and I had a whole bunch of hoes that I did dirty, right? Or that I was sleeping around all of a sudden just because I got a whole lot of money and stuff like that. Go ahead, put it out there. I invite it. But it's a form of entertainment, but then at the same time, a lot of it has to be rooted in truth.
Yeah. Okay. I see. I understand your point. So speaking of hoes,